Hi everyone, this is Grace. How are you? You know, we would be living up to age 100 and we would be working until age 80. So let's redesign your life. I think as we live up to age 100, our vacation style would be different. In other words, I think more and more the cruise tour will be so popular as compared to other package tour. This is my personal experience, but in the past, I have joined number of tours and also I have traveled myself. And when you are traveling different cities within different countries, one thing we would be one thing that would be a headache or the issue would be, traveling and visiting so many different cities without staying more than 2 nights per city. I remember my very first European excursion. It was, wow, it was like about 30 years ago. My husband and I joined excursion in Europe, starting London, and we travel all the major cities, and we finished the tour in Paris. So that was about 2-week tour, and then after you landed in London, then you take train and the bus to go to so many different cities. And that particular tour, there are many senior citizens, and there were only like 3 couples like us, 3 young couples. They were honeymooners and 3 young couples. But that was a tough trip because not only we had jet lag, but also we stay 1 city per night. That means every single night we have to unpack. In the morning we have to pack and check out the baggage and hop on the bus and unpack, Every single day we were like that. It was a very tough. So since then, my husband and I tend to visit 1 or 2 cities at the most within a 1 week, 10 days, so that we don't have to do pack and pack. And then about 10 years ago, we start traveling on a cruise. And there are 3 nice things about cruise. Number 1, in a cruise, you don't have to pack and pack every single day because during the entire cruise, you are in a 1 room. They call it stateroom. You are in a 1 room so that you don't have to pack and unpack. And then while you are sleeping, the boat is usually, going from 1 city to another, not 1 harbor to another harbor. And when you wake up, you are in a new place and you just disembark and then you have a land tour. So it's so nice. And then the second good thing about cruise is all the meals are provided. Not only 3 meals a day, but they also have a snack bar, ice cream bar, drink bar available pretty much around the clock. So you don't have to worry about, especially when you're traveling international cities, you don't have to worry about speaking their foreign language and worry about small change and ordering the menu that you cannot read or write. So I think cruise is very nice, but usually when you finish the cruise, you might add a couple of pounds, you become heavier. And then number 3, the good thing about cruise, especially this is for family traveling with the small children, you don't have to worry about lost kids because when your children get lost, usually they are within the boat. Unless they drop in the water, but usually they are within the boat. So at least you can rest assured that all of the staff will help you to locate the children. So those are the good things about cruise. Now the bad thing or some negative things about cruise. Number 1, to me this is the most critical thing, is no Wi-Fi or very slow and very expensive Wi-Fi. That is very frustrating. If during the vacation, you still have to stay in touch with your office, or you are doing global business and you have to stay in touch with your teammates. You are on a cruise, it might be very, very frustrating. So that's one. And then the second one is, as I said, you can eat, and usually meals are all provided, but you tend to overeat and you make yourself big. You're gonna disembark and you come home with extra pounds. And then number three is another concern I have. Generally speaking, the cruise room, the state room, very small as compared to the ordinary room size in a regular hotel on the land. So those are the three things. And then about 10 years ago, my very, very first cruise was starting from Southern California, San Diego. It was a 1-week cruise from San Diego to Baja California. Those are Mexican cities, and then you come back. And it was very cheap. Like a 1-week cruise was like $500. So I was thinking, that was my first cruise. I didn't know anything about it. And just my friend asked me to join, so we went join. Oh my God, that was the worst room I ever had in my life. Because in a cruise, there are two kinds of rooms. Inside the room and outside room. If you are lucky to get outside the room, you have ocean view. But if you are unlucky, or I didn't know anything about it, so just my friend booked me the cheapest room. Oh my God, that's the inside room. The room is so small, just like as small as your walk-in closet, maybe, very small, and no window. So I don't know about you, some people very practical. You say, okay, I only sleep here, I'm fine. And the rest of the time, you can always go up on the deck, or you can be library, you can be common area, so you can enjoy the ocean view. But I'm a kind of person, I like to stay in my room, so I get very upset if I get, inside the room as small as my master bathroom or something. So I learned my lesson. That was my very first cruise. So after that, I had maybe 4 or 5 time cruise, and I always get outside, facing outside. And at least I recommend you to get the room with a balcony. You should get the room with a balcony. Otherwise, again, up to you. I'm a kind of person, I spend most of my time in my hotel room. So I'd rather be alone, quiet, and just see the ocean view. That's why I need to have a room with a balcony. So that's all for today. So you should enjoy cruise, because cruise is very nice. You don't have to pack and unpack, every day when you are traveling so many different cities. And then if you are a first timer, I recommend you to try cruise in a, what you call it, like inside, like small ocean, like a Mediterranean, Alaska cruise, or Scandinavian cruise, or those Rhine river cruise, something like that, because they are not that rough. But when you go on out, what do you call it, like a big ocean, like Pacific Ocean, like Hawaii, Hawaiian tour, or the cruise to go to Australia, or transatlantic cruise, I think it's going to be quite rough. So you may or you may not get motion sickness. And then, when you are in a boat, they can provide you unlimited number of motion sickness medication. What's that mean? Meaning, many people get sick, right? So that's the only concern. If it is your first time, I recommend you to have a cruise in a kind of enclosed water, like a river cruise, or, a Scandinavian fjord cruise. Okay, but it's fun. All right, I'll see you tomorrow. Bye-bye. Hi, Judy. How are you? Talk to you soon. Bye-bye.